Hey guys, it finally happened. I made the Backrooms deck list after popular demand of one singular person who commented on my YouTube short. I have decided to make the Master of Keys an Esper commander to pilot our Backrooms deck. Usually people go with the 5 color commander, Marina, but I just wanted to be a little bit different. Plus, this way, thematically, you're running through rooms, you're throwing them into the graveyard, into the back, into the back rooms. So obviously, a huge theme of this deck will be the room enchantments, and also have a little sub theme with walls. And there are very few creatures in this deck for a very good reason, because there are not many people actually in the back rooms. Now, quickly, let's just go over our commanders so we can sort of like get an idea what we're going for here. So, first of all, he's X and then white, blue, black. You get a 3/3 flying creature, and when he enters, you put X 1/1 counters and mill twice X cards so that you can fill up your graveyard just a little bit. And then each enchantment card in your graveyard has escape. The escape cost is equal to the card's mana cost plus 3 other cards from your graveyard. So, you're completely free to play those enchantments that are thrown into your graveyard, so long as you have the mana to pay them normally, and also exile 3 other cards from your graveyard. So, first we'll go to our Backrooms copy category. So, if you don't know, the Backrooms is sort of like a copy of our reality. It's this weird, cascading, infinite landscape that has objects melded with the atoms in the walls to be completely connected. And it also has these warped, strange versions of even people inside of the back rooms. So it's a very imperfect version of the world that we are used to normally. So we have 11 cards in this category. We have the Chamber of Manipulation. We have Clone, Clone Legion, Come Back Wrong, which this one actually really represents how the still lives exist. They're very imperfect copies of what we actually are. There's Copy Artifact, Copy Enchantment, Copy Land. You know, it has it in the name, it copies things. Something that is notable is Copy Artifact is actually an extremely expensive card. So if you would like to change this out and swap it for something, I'll show you the maybe board in a little bit here. But we have our first room also in this category, the Mirror Room and the Fractured Realm. Both of these are actually pretty darn good. Both sides are. This is a mythic card we're talking about here. And then we have Stolen Identity, Wall of Stolen Identity, and then, of course, Warp Artifact, which this picture actually really makes sense with how the Backrooms works. This is what I believe would be an attempted copy of like a coin. Now, we have the Backrooms entity category. It's just this one card, Silent Hull Creeper. I tried to keep all of the creatures to an all-time low, unless we're talking about like the walls category, which I will go over next. Silent Hull Creeper really works with our deck because it's an enchantment creature. But if you did want to swap it out to have something different that matches the movie a little bit more, Captain Ingerthrod actually works pretty well. Obviously, this would represent Captain Clark inside of the movie, but some people they haven't watched the movie. So the Silent Hall Creeper makes sense as a creature that fills in and is cheaper than Captain Ingerthrod, of course. Now let's go on to the walls. We have Academy Wall. We have the Escarpment Fortress, which allows us to have some card draw. We have the Excavated Wall, which also lets us mill a card, which is going to be helpful for filling up our graveyard. Same thing with the Rune Sealed Wall, except it is not mill, it is surveilling. Then we have Sanctuary Wall, Shifting Wall, Suspicious Bookcase, Wall of Lost Thoughts. This one's gonna let us mill 4 cards. And then Wall of Omens, which when it enters, it simply draws us a card. Very popular. We all know and love it. Next, let's go over our liminal lands. So we have the abandoned campground, which, if you look at the art, it really fits the back rooms. Same thing with this ballroom. And then we have the Flood Farm Verge. We have the Gloom Lake Verge. We have 11 islands in this deck. The Meticulous Archive, which is one of the Surveil lands, which is going to be really perfect because it's going to let us fill up our graveyard just that much bit more. Then we have Murky Sewer, the Neglected Manor. We have 8 plains, 9 swamps, and 1 terramorphic expanse. This should allow us to focus mainly on blue because that seems to be the majority of our colors when it comes to our mana costs. Now, I already talked about Captain Ingerthrod, but also on the maybe board is Fibblethip the Lost, which, in my opinion, would be the Magic the Gathering character to get lost in the back rooms. It almost perfectly fits in. So, if you wanted to get rid of Copy Artifact, since, like I said, it's a wildly expensive card, Fibblethip the Lost is actually a pretty decent replacement for it. Now let's go on to our liminal spaces, shall we? In this category, it's mainly going to have our room enchantments. This is how we're going to win the game, essentially. It is clearly attached to our win condition. Because, as you know, we struggle to deal damage to other players, so we're not going to win in the usual sense that you're used to. So, our first card up is the Bottomless Pool and the Locker Room. We have the Breath Stealer's Crypt. This enchantment is actually perfect for us as well because we don't have too many creatures in our deck, so it's going to be putting in a little bit of work. Next, we have Castle, which, I mean, the art itself also really works with the theme we're going for. Look how long and windy that is. And then we have the Central Elevator and the Promising Stairs. This right here is our win condition. It is our one way out of the back rooms. This is the card we're searching for. This is the card that, if it's put into our graveyard, we are paying the escape cost and we are fishing it out so that we can win the game. And then, of course, we have the Dazzling Theater and the Prop Room. We will have the Defiled Crypt and the Cadaver's Lab. We have the Derelict Addict and the Widow's Walk. We have the Doll Maker's Shop and the Porcelain Gallery. We have the Dream Halls, which, oh my goodness, when I looked at this card, I just thought of the back rooms immediately. Then we have the Funeral Room and the Awakening Hall. We have the Grand Entryway and the Elegant Round... What is that? Rotunda? I don't know what a rotunda is, I'm not gonna lie. Then we have a Meat Locker and the Drowned Diner. We have the Restricted Office and the Lecture Hall. The Surgical Suite and the Hospital Room. The Underwater Tunnel and the Slimy Aquarium. And last but definitely not least is the Unholy Annex and the Ritual Chamber. So now there's only 3 categories left that we have to go through, but in this People in an Infinite Landscape category, I just have one creature. Because, I mean, it's really hard to find other people in the back rooms. It's like a 1 in 1,000 chance that you can actually find another person. But it is possible, so we put this creature in. Plus, it allows you to draw cards quicker. It's like you're gaining more knowledge for entering throughout the rooms. It's very thematic. It looks cool. You can see in the back room over here is the Silent Hall Creeper. Back room? Back room mentioned? And then we also have this category, which it's just literally the Soul Ring category, because I don't know if you guys would like to put Soul Ring in this deck. Obviously, it's not going to be themed around the back rooms. It's Soul Ring, right? But are you really running a Magic the Gathering deck that doesn't have Soul Ring? Like, let's be so for real. That's just my thought process on it. Like, even in my most thematic decks, Soul Ring is always going to be in there, because why would you not run it, you know? That's completely up to you. Again, we have a couple replacements in the maybe board, so you can put Fibblethip the Lost in there instead of Soul Ring if you wanted to. And then we have our last category right here. Stuck in the Backrooms. So, in this Stuck in the Backrooms category, it's going to show you how you got stuck in the backrooms and how you have to aimlessly wander until you eventually escape it. So, we have here deadly wanderings. After all, it is very dangerous in the backrooms. We have entering the enigma. We have found footage. This card works perfectly, especially if you know the Backrooms found footage on YouTube by Kane Pixels. Please look it up. It's so good. We have Fraying Sanity. We have Get Lost, Get Out, Increasing Confusion. This one's actually great. This is going to help us mill cards. A lot of the instants and sorceries are actually going to be helping us mill cards. We got to get stuff in our graveyards so that we can cast more enchantments. Then we have Liminal Hold. This is a pretty good enchantment card that is going to help control the board a little bit for us. We have Lost in the Maze. We have Lucid Dreams, and just by looking at the art, I think you're going to agree with me that this card belongs in the deck. We have Mental Note. We have Mirror of Life Trapping. Look at this card. He's phasing right through the wall. Then we have Moment of Truth. Then we have No Escape and Nowhere to Run. We have Otherworldly Gaze. This is going to help fill up our graveyard. We have Path of Peril. This is going to be our board wipe for the deck. We have Path to Exile. Strategic Planning to fill up our graveyard just a little bit more. We have Sudden Disappearance, which can blink all of our board to regain all those enter the battlefield abilities from our enchantments. We have Thought Reflection. I mean, who could say no to more cards? Traumatize. Unexplained Absence. After all, we disappeared into the back rooms. And Unexplained Disappearance. So, all these cards put together make our Backrooms deck. I hope you guys enjoyed and have a lot of fun with it. If there's anything I should change or if you have any suggestions, please go ahead and comment below because I love hearing from you guys. I'll take any advice. And other than that, have a wonderful day. Take care and goodbye.